Good afternoon, everyone. This is Michael Anthony Williams. I'm the Director of Web and Social Media at Absolute Volleyball Academy of Texas. And welcome to episode 1 of our Absolute Volleyball podcast. And today's special guest is Coach Marko.
Hello.
Hey, Coach. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate your time today.
Sure, no problem.
So let's start out with who you are and your role at AVA and how long you've been here.
Okay. Well, my name is Marko Majstorovic, but I really don't expect people to, call me by my last name here. So it's probably Marko or Coach Marko. I've been here, it's been a month now, and my role is going to be like program and training director here at AVA, and I'll also be head coach of 18 Rox next season.
Well, that's exciting. I know that we are so happy to have you join our AVA family. You're already making a huge impact for our athletes, for our parents, for the local community. And again, we're just so thrilled to have you. So welcome on behalf of everyone at Absolute Volleyball Academy of Texas. So how's your summer been so far? Have you had any time for a vacation? That's what we'd like to know.
Well, our vacation has been great. Like we were supposed to be at vacation for 2 months back in Europe, me and my fiance, who is also coach here at AVA. But actually we decided to cut it short for 1 month so that I can be here for tryouts and start early.
Okay. And did you have a chance to catch any volleyball while you were on vacation? I know you traveled internationally.
Yeah, actually, when I got there, in mid-May, I was able to watch junior nationals back home in Serbia, and it was pretty good.
Good. And did you see any familiar faces in the
Yeah,
world?
it was good for me to see many coaches that I didn't get to see for years, and they're all kind of been there. Some of them were actually coaching at the championship, but most of them were just kind of hanging out. So it was good, definitely.
Good. So let's kind of just look back. So for the benefit of all of our listeners, which kind of hurdles in life did you personally face, and how did you overcome them just to get to where you are, being a successful coach and student of the game?
Well, it's first of all it's different. Coaching here and coaching back home, or in Europe in general. If you coach back in Europe, you really don't have right for mistake almost. You sometimes you lose 2 or 3 games and you're already looking for a new job. Where here it's different. So I like the fact that here you can be really focused on well-being on athlete in general, not just teaching them how to play volleyball. So I guess those hurdles at the beginning were as a young coach in Europe, how do you keep that job? How do you keep getting better? Networking, of course, it's important, and also you don't become coach back home just because you like sport or just because you would like to try it. You need to go to certain you need to finish university for physical education and coaching. You need to be a former player. You need to have all those in line, and then they decide if you're good or not. By saying I mean our volleyball federation, our big time coaches and stuff like that. So it's been a lot of hurdles, but once when you figure out, it's kind of easy. Once when you figure it out.
Yeah, it doesn't sound easy, but I think that is so good for us here at AVA because mentoring coaches is a big part of what we do also. For our coaches, there's certification that they're required to have, and then as well as a good amount of time spent just kind of learning from senior level coaches, which is a big reason too why we have certain training directors in charge of certain age groups to kind of bring our newer coaches along and also kind of teach them the proper way on how to coach, because as we know, coaching is not there's a skill to coaching.
Correct. I mean, even here you have Impact 1, Impact 2, Cap 1, all the certifications, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you are just good coach because you're certified. You need to have some senior coaching, oversee you and giving you advices and just kind of channeling you in the right direction. How to go about it.
Okay, good. So this is kind of a weird question, but thinking of sports and just kind of things you have going on. But what would you say you're not very good at?
Like in sports or in general?
In general, like for me, I'm not very good at making up the bed.
Oh, well, I would say singing.
Okay.
But that doesn't stop me.
Good, good. So what's the best advice that someone ever gave you, and why? Like, meaning, what was that good advice, and then what did it lead to as far as success and getting to where you are today?
Well, let me see. Well, when I was at University of Memphis as assistant coach, my another assistant coach was like coach from Canada, Coach Ann. That she was like coaching veteran, and she's really experienced coach. And at that time, like I was coaching the team. I was overseeing like some other people, like managers and other assistant coaches. I was doing a lot of things. And then, by being busy, like you just expect people to do what they're supposed to, and you're just gonna go by it. And then she told me, like, Marko, like when you say good job to someone, when you say how much you appreciate someone that works for you or with you, it really goes a long way. And I really learned that, and I kind of stick with that. I think like, being positive, being supportive toward your fellow co-workers or coaches, it can really go a long way. It's easy when somebody doesn't do their job to say, hey, like you need to do this better, or stuff like that. But I don't see many people like actually taking their time to appreciate when somebody actually do something good. So I think it's important.
Yeah, that's good. It's good to hear. Of course, our coaches, we think the world of them, and I'm sure having a pat on the back can only help. Again, with our athletes,
Mm-hmm.
There's always opportunities to correct them when we see something that may not be in line with
Mm-hmm.
kind of the progress that we expect them to be on. But again, when they are kind of nailing it, when their form is correct, when their platform is solid, or when the follow through is good, I've seen kids just kind of light up.
Yeah.
They kind of feel that they're on track, but when a coach or a training director kind of confirms that to me makes all the difference in the world, which is even different than a parent, because parents are really good. Our parents are so supportive, but I think it's important for us as leaders in AVA to also take the initiative to do that, not just when a player may be lacking on the court, but also when they are exceeding the goals, and because sometimes they surprise us too, which is we know they can do it,
Yeah.
but when they bring it out, to me that's kind of that's the best opportunity for us to really give them a high five.
I agree.
And okay, so how did you get started in coach? I know we touched on it, but if you can talk
Yeah.
me through that many years ago.
Oh yeah, that was really like a long time ago now. Well, I was like fortunate or unfortunate, if you ask my parents, that I become a professional player in my early age, and I thought when I was 17 that I achieved all my goals that I had for myself as a player. And then the question was like, okay, what I'm gonna do now? So after high school, I did enroll in like physical education university in Belgrade for coaching, thinking like, I don't know, maybe I will, when I'm done playing, like I will become coach. And then kind of parallel with that, like I was bouncing back from one country to another, trying to find this club, and volleyball become more like a job and profession than actually a passion, and what I really love about it. And then I decided, what, I'm just gonna give it a try, with coaching. And the truth is that I never wanted to coach girls. My whole goal was to coach like men's volleyball, because and go back in those leagues where I played to now coach. But our federation at the time, actually in Serbia, like we had maybe 20 to 30 men's volleyball clubs and about hundreds of girls volleyball clubs. So as a young coach, my mentor and president of our federation told me like, what, Marko, you coach girls now, and then we will look at you for a year or two, and then like we will make the transition. I guess they thought I was doing such a good job with them, because they said it's not just, not me, now I know that it's coaching girls, it's not just volleyball and hitting the ball, it's much more psychology,
Correct.
pedagogy, like whatnot. So they thought I'm doing a good job with them, and they actually against my will decide that I will coach only girls. From that time being, I was disappointed, but I actually ended up really liking it. And even later in the career, I had the opportunity to switch and go and coach guys. I was like, no, I really enjoy this now. So
Good.
those are my beginnings.
Good. Well, we're happy to have you. If you had the undivided attention of every parent and player, what would you tell them about becoming the best player possible?
I mean, I would say like take every opportunity that it's out there, you know, and try to be a better player. It might be, you know, some like, you know, it might be just even private lessons. It might be some clinics. It might be like, you know, I will encourage you to take, you know, to go like as much of volleyball camps that, you know, they can. Just be, you know, a student of the game. I don't think like you're never that good that you don't have to improve, especially in those young age. There is always something that you can be better at. You know, if you're outside hitter and you master passing and hitting, okay, work on your blocking or on serving. If you're a middle blocker, you know, work on your passing. Why not? Don't limit yourself to like only one skill. I know that at least here in States, it's many people, many coaches, many clubs do this like early, you know, specialization, which I'm really against. But you know, if your 14 team coach tells you you're a middle, like okay, you play middle, but on your own, you know, try to like be better in some other aspects, like be like complete player.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's great advice because as our skills get better, you never know. You know, being utility means that your opportunity to stay on the court is much greater than someone that is a specialist.
Exactly.
Because the game of volleyball, unfortunately, there are injuries, and you never know when you get the opportunity to step in. And we always want to be ready. That's the thing. No matter what, we always want to be ready, and that's one thing that we pride ourselves at AVA is that we train players to be ready to play, not to be ready to play a specific position per se, but to know kind of all positions and be confident, not just know, you know, kind of the X's and O's, so to speak, or just rotations, but to really make an impact.
And you know, I think also being at AVA and being around, you know, AVA, like there's so many opportunities. There's so many coaches. There's so many like, you know, courts. There's really like a lot of opportunities to young players to get better.
Good, and that's a great segue also. So a brand new program that we have at AVA is AVA Passing School. So can you share with us what that program is based on and who would benefit most from it?
Well, like Coach Jerry and our co-director Gerald Lynch, you know, sometimes he say that I told once at a tournament when I was speaking to like 17 Rox team that there's no shank pass back home in Serbia where I'm coming from. Like you don't shank the ball, not when you're at that level. And so like he always like, you know, keep repeating those my words. And then, you know, I came here and I see that first contact, it's not something that, you know, it's really strong, not just in this club, but overall in like USA volleyball, you know. So I always thought that if that part can be fixed, that, you know, everything will be so much better.
Right.
And now like coming here and having opportunity, obviously I cannot change complete like USA volleyball or anything like that, but I can start with AVA. We can start here, and I really believe that this AVA passing school that we're gonna start is gonna make a big difference when you compare our kids comparing to other kids in the region in terms of like, you know, what is their passing skill for right now. This is just like a first year. In the first year we will do only passing school, but then like my plan is that is in every year we add different skill. So let's say like after this first year of passing school, the year after we're gonna have passing school and setting school, and then we're gonna add a middle blocking school and so on, so that after 4 years we have one big parallel program with our teams that allow our players to be really, really good and really better. So, you know, when I was college coach recruiting, there was just, you know, few clubs in the nation where, you know, when you hear that some kid is playing for that club, like all the coaches, you know, automatically think, oh, okay, she played for that club, oh, she must be good in setting or in hitting. Well, that's my goal for AVA, that every kid that, you know, finished playing at AVA, when they start recruiting process, that, you know, there are college coaches that even without seeing them at first, they would know automatically that if she's coming from AVA, that she's a good passer. So
sounds good. So looking ahead a year from now, where do you see AVA?
Well, coming here to AVA, for me, like, first of all, I think of AVA, it's already established program in the region, but in the nation also. It's one of the best. My goal would be, like I said before, that I want it to be the best. And it's going to be like a long process. I mean, we have a lot of ideas, we have everything, kind of written down, like a plan, what's going to happen in the next few years. But after this first year, I would like to see that we are building something on a strong pillars. Like there is a foundation that everybody can see that it's going towards something that it's not just very good, but something that really can be great.
Yeah, that's good. And so, are you available for lessons?
Yeah, I'm available. This summer I'll be here. I already had a few lessons with some kids before. I think with 4 or 5. I really enjoyed doing private lessons, and people can reach me either through my email address or through my cell phone number. I believe that both of those informations are on our website. So I'm looking forward.
Good. Well, we appreciate your time. Again, we are so blessed to have you at Absolute Volleyball Academy of Texas, and our club directors, Katie Garza, Jerry Lynch, all of us from the ABA family, we're so blessed to have you. We're happy you're here. We look forward to just an amazing summer. We want to get as many kids as possible in passing school.
Yes.
Along with lessons during the summer, our summer camps. You're always in the gym.
I'm always in the gym. Actually, as a matter of fact, that passing school will be limited only for 48 spots, because I really want 12 players per court, not more than that. Where also every court will have their own coach, and on top will be like me and Coach Haley as a master coach. But I'm already getting emails from other players from other clubs' parents asking if they can join. I was like, not really. This is only for AVA kids. Maybe if we don't feel the capacity, but I really hope like we will have the full gym here, at least for this like first session starting in August. So I'm really looking forward for that.
Good. Well, yeah, I anticipate that we'll definitely have the 48. That's our goal. It's an opportunity that every player should take advantage of. Anytime that we can get better and learn from really good and the best coaches, we need to take those opportunities.
I agree.
So again, thank you for your time. We look forward to having you with us again as we continue this podcast series, and we'll have other coaches and we'll have our directors, Katie Garza and Jerry Lynch, join us at a future time as well. So again, thank you everyone for listening, and we look forward to seeing you in the gym.
Thank you.